What's up, everybody? I'd like to officially welcome you to my video talking about Disney's Investor Day announcements. Thanks for clicking. Before I get started though, a couple of disclaimers. First off, as I'm sure you've noticed, this is going to be a long video. Since there were so many things that were announced by Disney the other day, there's a lot to cover. So in case you just want to hear my reaction about a certain thing, I'm gonna put timestamps in the description, so you can just skip forward to that specific thing, for your convenience. Secondly, I'm not gonna cover everything that was announced. That would make this video like an hour long, and no one's gonna sit through me blabbing for a whole hour. Now, I'm just gonna talk about the things that piqued my interest. You know, the things I actually care about. Like, I'm not gonna talk about anything that was announced by National Geographic because I don't watch Nat Geo. I don't really care. I'm just gonna cover the things that at least made me go, huh, and at most made me go, ah! And my third and final disclaimer, just because I covered the announcement of a specific thing in this video, that doesn't necessarily mean I'll make a video on that thing when it comes out. There were a couple of things that Disney announced the other day that did pique my interest, but I don't really care to make a video on it when it comes out. I'll explain more as we go on. Alright, disclaimers are out of the way. Let's dive into all these exciting announcements. So the first thing I'm gonna dive into is the only announcement from FX that piqued my interest, and that is the fact that they are working on a television series set in the universe of Alien. Yeah, holy crap, I didn't see that coming at all. I love the Alien movies. Well, correction, I love the ones I've seen anyway, which is the original Alien, its sequel Aliens, and Prometheus and Alien Covenant. Those movies are just super interesting to me. So the fact that they're making a TV series set in that universe, yeah, I'm totally interested. They said that it takes place not too far into our future and that it takes place on Earth, which is the first story in the Alien universe to take place on Earth. So, okay, so it's not going to be a horror out in space with an alien trying to kill people. But they said that it's going to blend the classic horror vibe of the original Alien movie with the action vibe of its sequel, which I'm totally down for. I don't know what this series is going to entail, but I am certainly interested in watching it. I'll check it out for sure. Alright, while remaining in the genre of sci-fi, let's go right into the Star Wars announcements, because there were a lot of things announced here that I'm excited for. Kathleen Kennedy, the CEO of Lucasfilm, came out and revealed that they're working on quite a few new series for Disney Plus, starting with Rangers of the New Republic. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really sure what this series is gonna be all about. I'm assuming it's going to be about the general formation of the Resistance, as in the Resistance from the Star Wars sequel movie trilogy. The New Republic, you know, we've seen some of the New Republic in The Mandalorian, those X-Wing pilots, so if I had to take a guess, I'm gonna guess that this show's gonna revolve around them. Should be interesting. But the bigger announcement came right after that, and it's that Ahsoka Tano is getting her own live-action spin-off show. Now, if you've been subscribed to me for a while, then you know that I have not watched Star Wars The Clone Wars or Star Wars Rebels, which is where the character of Ahsoka Tano originally came from. I know the character is a fan favorite. I love The Mandalorian, so when Ahsoka showed up in The Mandalorian, played by Rosario Dawson, I thought she completely kicked ass. So I have made up my mind, after season 2 of The Mandalorian wraps up, I am finally gonna sit down and watch Star Wars The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. Yeah, chapter 13, The Jedi, has convinced me. And so for this new live-action Ahsoka spin-off, Rosario Dawson is coming back, and I guess she's gonna be looking for Grand Admiral Thrawn. Should be badass. And Kathleen Kennedy also revealed that these 3 shows, The Mandalorian, Rangers of the New Republic, and Ahsoka, are going to culminate in a big climactic crossover event. To which I say, holy shit! That's gonna be like super epic. A big crossover event between Star Wars series? I don't think that's ever been done before. So that should be awesome. Oh, but the Star Wars announcements don't stop there. We also got a sizzle reel for Andor, which is gonna be about Cassian Andor, the pilot from Rogue One, which, yeah, I'm looking forward to that show. Not as much as the ones I just listed, admittedly, but Cassian Andor was a cool character in Rogue One. And plus, Rogue One was a badass Star Wars movie. So yeah, I'll be certainly interested to watch this Andor spinoff. It's coming in 2 years, 2022. Also coming in 2022 is Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is a show we did already know about, and Ewan McGregor is coming back to play him from the prequels, which he was like one of the only good things about the prequels. I am really looking forward to this show because it's going to be a limited series. It's going to take place 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, which also means 10 years before the original Star Wars. Obi-Wan's going to be hanging out on Tatooine doing God knows what. But on Investor Day, they announced that Hayden Christensen will also be returning as Anakin Skywalker. Yeah, I'll be honest, not super psyched about that, because whereas Ewan McGregor was one of the best things about the prequels, Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker was, in my opinion, one of the worst things about the prequels. Yeah, he kinda sucked. Granted, it wasn't entirely his fault, it was mostly due to the writing, because the writing was terrible. But Hayden Christensen, no, he was a whiny brat. We all know this. So the fact that he's going to be Anakin Skywalker, well, I mean, he's not Anakin, he's Darth Vader at this point. Which really means that they should be getting James Earl Jones back to voice Darth Vader. If they would have announced that instead, I'd be blowing loads over this shit. But no, they said Hayden Christensen is coming back as Anakin Skywalker, and that he and Obi-Wan are gonna have a rematch? Okay. I'm getting less excited for this Obi-Wan spinoff. It's kind of bumming me out, to be honest. I don't know, the show could still kick ass. Right now it's too early to tell, it's coming out in like 2 years, so I guess we'll see. But for now, losing faith. I'm sure Ewan McGregor's still gonna be great though. Alright, next up we got a Lando series coming out, which was a big surprise to me. Everyone loves Lando Calrissian. He was a badass played by Billy D. Williams in the original trilogy, and no matter what you think of Solo: A Star Wars Story, everyone pretty much agreed that Donald Glover was one of the best things about that movie, playing Lando. Which I imagine for this series they're gonna get him to come back. They're not gonna get Billy D. Williams, although that could be entirely possible. He lived at the end of Rise of Skywalker, so maybe the series will pick up after that. But if I had to bet money, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a prequel series with Donald Glover playing him, which I'm totally fine with. Yeah, Lando Calrissian getting his own series. Color me excited. I love Lando. That should be a really fun show. After that, they talked about a couple of movies they're working on. They said that Taika Waititi is working on a Star Wars movie that's gonna be fresh, unexpected, and unique. Okay. But also, the next Star Wars movie we're going to be getting in 2023 is called Star Wars Rogue Squadron, and it's going to be directed by Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins. Now, this actually has me pretty excited. First of all, one of the Star Wars video games that I hold dearest to my heart is Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2 Rogue Leader. I've had this game for years and years and years. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was the first Star Wars video game I ever played. I loved it. You could play as Luke Skywalker in an X-Wing doing the Death Star raid. It was a lot of fun. So Patty Jenkins, we all know she's awesome. I'm pretty sure Wonder Woman 1984 is gonna kick ass. She's now gonna be taking on a Star Wars movie. Great. I'm all on board. Only downside is that means we might have to wait a little bit longer for Wonder Woman 3. But those are the hits we take, I guess. Alright, Star Wars announcements are all done. Let's go into Walt Disney Pictures. They made a couple announcements that piqued my interest. First off, a prequel series to the 2017 Beauty and the Beast movie. Now, if you recall, I was not the biggest fan of that movie, and I'm still not. So for that reason, I'm probably not gonna watch this prequel series. So per my disclaimer at the beginning of this video, I probably won't be making videos on this show. But when the announcement was made, I was at least like, it's gonna be live action, and Luke Evans is returning as Gaston, and Josh Gad is returning as LeFou. Who knows, maybe when the trailers come out, I might change my mind about watching it. But for now, probably not. They also covered the upcoming Percy Jackson series, which, alright, I think I read the first Percy Jackson book years ago. I know my brother read a couple of them, and of course we all know that the movies are complete ass. So if for nothing else, I'm excited to see Percy Jackson get a second chance. This show might be cool. I mean, I'm not super attached to Percy Jackson. For this, it'll probably be up to the trailer. If the trailer looks cool, then I might watch this show. I'm certainly open to it, but for now I can't definitively say, yeah, I'm super excited for this, because I'm not. But we'll see. As for some upcoming movies they announced, they're making an animated Night at the Museum movie, which I thoroughly enjoyed the Night at the Museum movies. I thought they were a lot of fun. I mean, I haven't watched them in years, but I remember loving the first one when it came out. It was just such a unique premise. So a continuation of that world should be really cool, especially in animation. And finally, from Walt Disney Pictures, they're making a live-action prequel movie to the 2019 Lion King film, which again, I was not the biggest fan of. I have no idea what they're gonna do with this prequel film. It could be good, it could be crap. I don't know, I really can't say. But for now, just based on the fact that I didn't like the live-action Lion King remake, I can't really say I'm looking forward to this prequel film, just based off of that. But again, I guess we'll see. Alright, now for Walt Disney Animation. If you've been subscribed to me for a while, then you know that I'm a huge fan of these guys. I absolutely love most of the movies they've released. Some of them were one and dones, admittedly, but Big Hero 6 was not one of them. I love that movie. It's great. So when Walt Disney Animation announced that they're making their first TV series and that it's gonna be called Baymax, yeah, I got pretty excited. We all know Baymax. He's such a lovable character, so to have him star in his own series is gonna be a lot of fun. Funny thing though is that Big Hero 6 actually did get a spin-off series, which I've watched a couple episodes of, and it's pretty cool, but I'm pretty sure this Baymax series is going to actually be 3D CG animation, not 2D hand-drawn. I don't know for sure. Are they gonna get Scott Adsit to come back and voice him? Probably. Are any of the other Big Hero 6 characters gonna come back? Probably. So I'm excited. It's coming out in early 2022. But the next announcement they made is the best one they made in my opinion. In 3 years, we're getting a brand new series based off my favorite Disney animated movie of the last decade, Moana! I have been dying with anticipation for news of continuation of Moana. I was like, when is the sequel coming out? When is the sequel coming out? Oh, in 3 years, we're getting a TV series on Disney Plus. awesome! I imagine Auli'i Cravalho's gonna come back to voice her. Is Dwayne The Johnson gonna come back to be Maui? Is Lin-Manuel Miranda gonna come back to write more music? I'm hoping yes. Whatever, point is, Moana is finally getting some continuation, and I could not be more excited. We also got a small teaser for their upcoming movie Encanto, which is coming out in fall of next year, with Lin-Manuel Miranda writing some music for it. So just based off of that, I'm excited for it. It's gonna be based off Colombian culture, which I'll be honest, I'm not too familiar with. So it should be pretty cool. Again, Walt Disney Animation hardly does us wrong. So this movie should be awesome. Alright, done with Walt Disney Animation, let's move on to Pixar. They only made a few announcements that piqued my interest. I like the fact that they're making a spin-off series from the movie Up called Doug Days. They even showed us a clip from one of the episodes, and it was pretty cute. So yeah, I'll watch that. I love Up, it's a great movie. As for Pixar's upcoming movies though, they told us some stuff about Luca and Turning Red, both of which I'm like, alright, yeah, should be fun. But of course the biggest announcement they made was for Lightyear, which I guess is going to be a Toy Story spin-off of sorts? According to Pete Docter, this is going to be like the definitive origin story of the Buzz Lightyear character. Like the Buzz Lightyear toy is apparently based off a real story or some big budget sci-fi action film. And so now this Lightyear movie is going to be that film. It's going to tell the story of the real Buzz Lightyear, voiced not by Tim Allen, but by Chris Evans, Captain America. So, okay. I don't think anyone saw this coming. Should be interesting though. I'm certainly looking forward to it. It's coming out in June of 2022, and I'm pretty sure as we get closer to it, I'm gonna get more excited for it. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, Lightyear, awesome! So, yeah. Alright, last but certainly not least, we have Marvel Studios. Of course, they saved the best for last. Kevin Feige came out and delivered all the announcements, of which there were a lot. Holy shit, they announced like 20 things. Of course, they gave us new trailers for WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier and Loki, which I already made videos about. You can check those out if you want. Much appreciated. But after those, they went into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which is one of the upcoming Marvel movies I'm looking forward to the most. They announced that America Chavez is going to be joining the ensemble cast of this movie, which is, yeah, awesome. America Chavez is a badass character. If you watch those Marvel Rising cartoons, if you haven't, watch them. They're pretty cool. So America Chavez joining Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, yeah, it's gonna be great. Next up, Miss Marvel, with a cool new logo. They actually gave us a minute-long sizzle reel with just a smidge of new footage from the upcoming show. I'm really looking forward to this show because I love the character of Kamala Khan. I played that Avengers video game and she's the main character of that game. That's where I really grew to love the character. I don't know when the show is coming out, probably in a couple years, probably 2022, and I am certainly gonna watch it and make videos on it. You have my word on that. After that, Kevin Feige announced that for She-Hulk, Tatiana Maslany is in fact going to play the title character of Jennifer Walters, but also Tim Roth is coming back as Emil Blonsky / the Abomination from 2008's Incredible Hulk movie, which, holy shit, I did not see that coming. Aside from William Hurt as General Ross, I thought they had all but shrugged that movie off. But no, that movie is still completely relevant and canon, and the Abomination is in fact coming back. That's great. And, of course, the Hulk himself, Bruce Banner, played by Mark Ruffalo, is also coming back for She-Hulk. I was relieved to hear that actually, because I wasn't sure. And I would like some resolution with his story. We've been attached to him for like 10 years. More than 10 years. Let's give him a solid wrap up. Kevin Feige also said that since Jennifer Walters is a lawyer specializing in superhuman cases, you never know who might show up in this show, which had a lot of fans thinking, Daredevil? Since the rights to Daredevil recently went back to Marvel, I'm thinking Matt Murdock might just show up in this show. That would be awesome since a lot of fans really want Charlie Cox to come back, including myself. I would love to see that. So She-Hulk should be a really cool show. But after that announcement, Kevin Feige announced even more shows that we didn't even know about yet. Yeah, even more Marvel Disney Plus shows that are coming. Starting off with Secret Invasion, which is going to bring back Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury and Ben Mendelsohn as Talos from Captain Marvel. Apparently this show's going to be about a sect of Skrulls who have infiltrated every level of life on Earth. So it's gonna be one of those, oh, you've been a Skrull this whole time? Holy shit, so where's that actual character been all this time? Which I'll admit has me a little bit worried. I don't want to find out that like Tony Stark in Avengers Endgame was secretly a Skrull and that he's actually alive somewhere. You know what I mean? Or Black Widow in Avengers Endgame, same thing. Because then that would take away from the drama of those characters' deaths. So I hope they know what they're doing with this show. I don't know, we'll see. But then they announced Ironheart, to which I was like, yes! I love the character of Ironheart, Riri Williams, who's gonna be played by Dominique Thorne. She's a young scientific genius prodigy who builds her own Iron Man suit and calls herself Ironheart. Aside from that though, I honestly don't know that much about the character, but I just really like the concept. So Ironheart for me is a big plus. Cannot wait. Alright, after that they announced Armor Wars, which is gonna be about Tony Stark's worst nightmare coming true, his tech falling into the wrong hands. Oh no! That's never happened before! Come on, that's what every Iron Man movie was about. That's even what Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home were about. So that premise is nothing new. However, we have Don Cheadle coming back as Rhodey, War Machine, which actually got me pretty excited, because that character was also a concern of mine, since he's had no real character development, in my opinion, since like Iron Man 3. So I was like, okay, are they just gonna shrug that character off? Nope, they're bringing him back to star in his own series. Awesome. Don Cheadle is a great actor. I'm excited to see him carry his own Marvel story, finally. He's played Colonel Rhodes for like 10 years, yet never once has he had the spotlight. So now he's finally getting it. Bring it on. Let's see Armor Wars. Okay. Now for one of my favorite announcements that Marvel made. About 2 years from now, in Christmas of 2022, we are getting a live-action Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special? Awesome! Alright, Guardians of the Galaxy is actually something my whole family enjoys. Whether I'm with my mom, or my dad, or my brother, we can all just sit down and watch Guardians of the Galaxy and have fun. So the fact that they're gonna have their own holiday special in a couple years, I can just imagine now, all of us sitting around the TV watching it, a fire in the fireplace, a bowl of homemade popcorn we're eating out of. I love it. I don't know how long it's gonna be. It could just be half an hour, could be an hour, but it's gonna be written and directed by James Gunn, and it's actually gonna be shot during production of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which they confirmed is coming out 3 years from now in 2023. So yeah, the future of Guardians of the Galaxy is looking bright. Alright, just a few more announcements. The third Ant-Man movie has finally been officially confirmed with the title Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantamania, which I think is an awesome title. I was hoping this movie would dive deeper into the quantum realm after Janet Van Dyne did that healing thing with ghosts, and we were all like, how did she do that? What exactly happened to her in the quantum realm? Oh, now we're gonna find out in Quantamania. Great. And also the fact that Catherine Newton is going to be playing Scott Lang's daughter, Cassie. Doing dirty by my girl Emma Furman, I see. I don't know, call me weird, but I thought she stole her scenes in Endgame. All 2 of them. With all like 2 minutes she was on screen. I don't know. But nevertheless, I am looking forward to Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Okay. Now for Black Panther 2. The loss of Chadwick Boseman took the world by storm. It shattered everyone's hearts, including mine. In fact, as you see behind me, I've honored him in my own special way. My laptop desk is actually right here, so whenever I'm sitting down at my laptop, which is quite often, I have his picture right next to me. Chadwick Boseman was an incredible human being, so brave for fighting cancer while filming his Marvel movies. You can't get much more awesome than that. So it really warmed my heart when Kevin Feige announced that they will not be recasting T'Challa for Black Panther 2. I was like, good. Thank God, because Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa was a groundbreaking character, and he created a legacy that will be remembered forever. So Black Panther 2, which is going to be once again written and directed by Ryan Coogler, is going to focus on the other characters that the first movie built up. My hope for the movie is that Shuri will step up and become the new Black Panther, because I loved Letitia Wright in that movie. She was great. She was a standout, or one of the standouts. Shuri's a badass character, so her stepping up to be Black Panther would be great, in my opinion. One thing is for sure though, when that movie comes out, it's going to make a lot of money. Lots of money. Just saying. And finally, the last announcement they made is that Marvel Studios is officially working on a movie centering around Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four. Which, alright, I am looking forward to seeing them get another chance. As I've said in previous videos, if anyone can do them right, it is Marvel Studios. They have never done us wrong yet. But then again, it is the Fantastic Four. They are very hard characters to pull off for a live-action movie, as we've seen a few times. So honestly speaking, I don't know if this movie's going to be good or not. It's gonna be directed by John Watts, who directed Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home, to which I'm like, okay. I wasn't the biggest fan of Homecoming, but I loved Far From Home. I just hope that this Fantastic Four movie is not in the same style and vibe as those Spider-Man movies. I want it to feel different. I mean, I just want a Fantastic Four movie to be done well. Is that too much to ask? I'm crossing my fingers on it, man. I want it to be good, please. John Krasinski as Reed Richards and Emily Blunt as Sue Storm, please. And so, that is it. This has been Andy Tolsky's video on Disney's Investor Day announcements, or at least all the ones that piqued my interest. If you've watched this whole thing, thank you so much for listening. Obviously, we have a lot of things to look forward to in the coming years. I know we're in some hard times right now, but these announcements have made me hopeful. We will all pull out of this together stronger. Mark my words. Alright, so Disney's Investor Day announcements. Out of all of them, which ones were your favorites? What do you want to say about any of this? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe.